The word is Yahid. Ya hear me? I'm confused about Abraham in Genesis 22, where they talk about his only son, Isaac, but had his son Ishmael first. Okay, yeah. So this is actually refreshing. That's usually not the question I get about Genesis 22. So, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it. First off, the word here in the original Hebrew is Yahid, and it can mean only son. It can also mean precious or darling or sentimental value or unique or special. It can mean all these words, and it's translated many different ways. Now, majority of the time, yes, it is translated as only, but it doesn't have to mean that. Genesis chapter 22, verses 1 and 2, it says, "After these things God tested Abraham and said to him, 'Abraham.' And he said, 'Here I am.' He said, God, 'Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains of which I shall tell you.'" If it means darling or special or unique, nothing wrong with that. That's an easy to understand thing. If it means only, then how does this work with Ishmael existing? Ishmael was not the son of the promise. Now, Muslims will argue with that. Their sources were written 500 years after the New Testament, way after this. So, no, we're not going to really give that any credence. If it means only, there's different contexts. So it could mean the only son of the promise, or it says the one you love, so it could be the only one that you love. I don't really care for that one, but it is possible. There was a lot of favoritism back then. Honestly, I really like to go with the word unique here, or special. The chosen one is kind of the idea, because he very much is a Christ type in this situation. This is what we call a biblical shadow, an Old Testament shadow of what's going to happen in the New Testament. So here, Isaac is a symbol of Christ, where he's going to be sacrificed by his father, and he is the one chosen. He's the one whom the promise is given through. And so the idea that he's specially chosen fits right in line with the Christ type, because the word Christ is the same as Messiah in Hebrew, and they both mean anointed one or chosen one, the one specially chosen for a task. There actually were many messiahs, but the Messiah is the chosen one to bring about God's work, God's plan, God's promises for the kingdom. So this is why I actually go with the unique one. But if it truly is meant to say only, it's still not a problem, because God recognized this son as the son that God promised. The other one was of Abraham's doing.